Okay, so if you're like me, you're probably saying, Hanukkah, I get it. But which exact day or days should we be considering to be highest watch in the near future? Well, I recently discovered something really amazing that I want to show you by way of answering that question. There appears to be a supernatural season punctuated by 7 specific points in time that I am personally going to be closely watching for the rapture within the next 30 days. As of now, it seems to me like the central point in this season is the highest watch. Let me know if you agree in the comments, and if not, please share which point or points you see as highest watch and why. So in order to talk about this, I've given it a name. I'm calling it Menorah Watch Season, and defining it to be all the Hebrew days from the beginning of the first Hanukkah to the end of the second Hanukkah in any particular year. So each year has its own Menorah Watch Season as per my definition. What do I mean by first and second Hanukkahs? Well, I am defining modern Hanukkah to be the 8 days of Hanukkah on the modern Hebrew calendar. You know, just what you will find if you Google, what days are Hanukkah this year? And I am defining biblical Hanukkah to be the same Hebrew dates, Kislev 25 to Tevet 2, yet on a Hebrew month as reckoned by a full moon commencement. Such a ninth month will have Kislev 1 as the Hebrew date which contains the ninth full moon after the spring equinox. Note that Hebrew days begin at sundown. In 2025, modern Hanukkah begins on December 14 at sundown and ends at sundown on December 22. Then biblical Hanukkah begins on December 28 at sundown and ends at sundown on January 5. We may also note the exact centers of modern Hanukkah and biblical Hanukkah to be December 18 at sundown and January 1 at sundown, respectively. And further note that the exact center of the entire menorah watch season is sundown on December 25, Christmas Day, the very day Christians traditionally celebrate the birth of the man-child who was caught up unto God and to his throne, as per Revelation 12:5. So these are all the points in time I find to be highest watch. The Hebrew dates mostly contained by December 15, 19, 22, 29, January 1, and January 5. And, of course, the Gregorian calendar dates I am considering high watch, I'd even say highest watch as of now, are December 25 and 26. Note that in 2025, the time between a given hour in the last Hebrew date in modern Hanukkah and the same hour in the first Hebrew date in biblical Hanukkah is exactly 7 days. Also, the distance between a Hebrew date in modern Hanukkah and the same Hebrew date in biblical Hanukkah is exactly 7 plus 7 days. Furthermore, the overall span of the 2025 menorah watch season is exactly 22 days. Since 7 and 22 are the two numbers most closely associated with the biblical menorah, since the Lord specified in Exodus 25 that it was to have 7 branches and 22 bowls, the 2025 menorah watch season beautifully represents the biblical candlestick even in its exact chronological dimensions. Just so you wouldn't have to, I checked 12 other neighboring menorah watch seasons, of years 2023 through 2034. As I checked each year's season, I was asking 2 questions. Does it exhibit the 22-day length representing a menorah? And is it centered on the day on which Christianity celebrates the birth of the man-child, Christmas Day? Here is the result of my research. Only the 2025 menorah watch season so perfectly represents the candlestick and the man-child caught up at its center. So the upcoming holiday season is unquestionably rare and special. Now, one final point. On December 5 of 2023, my wife was given a supernatural vision while awake that powerfully brought her attention to 3 numbers, 11, 11, and 6. Just after her experience, I examined the numbers and was amazed to find their product to be 726.